What up, 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 what up? What's good, people? What is up? What is They went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. Mike.
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Or you gonna run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Ooh, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was gonna stop. I thought Lil Bird was gonna turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Oh, Clifford, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had it on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Iyanla Van Zant's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. Like, you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. Hit me up in my DMs. I do want to see if you have some blue thongs or blue, Joshua or something like that. I'd love to see it. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy. All right, can y'all hear me okay? We had I don't know if that was a lightning strike. Something made all of the power flash. Knocked everything out right before I went live. Anyway, we're here. What's going on, y'all? I am so glad to be here today. Y'all, we got a lot to talk about. Oh. Y'all, this is happening. This is really happening. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I just got an important text I had to look at. Anyway, let me say hi to y'all as we're coming in here. I think I want red again. I like having red as the color of the day. It brings out my eye. The red color brings out my eyes. I'm just saying it brings out my eyes. Anyway. I feel like the red brings out my eyes. My eyes. Okay. So let me say hello to everybody as y'all come in. What is going on, y'all? Hey. Diamond Pro Jim. What's going on? You got your Christmas shopping completed already? Gee, that's fast. Hey, Brown Mama. What's going on? Samara, how are you doing today? Samara, we got a lot to talk about. Samara, today is the day. I need you, girl. I need you, girl. I need you. We got a lot to talk about. It's a lot going on in politics today. The one thing that we have to look forward to over the only silver lining in the next how many years is we're gonna have a whole lot of content. One thing, the one thing we can be assured of is is that we will have tons of content to discuss. Okay. Hey Tracy W, what's going on, sweetheart? S. Bryant, what's going? This your first live? Well, thanks so much for coming. Y'all, greet S. Bryant, appropriately and let them feel at home and welcome here. We have a good time over here. We have a real good time over here. We have a real good time. Go ahead. It's some, don't sit in the back of the class. Okay, it's some desks. Go over there next to Diamond Pearl Gym. Go sit next to sit your desk over there by Diamond Pearl Gym. She could help you around. Tracy W, you could go sit by Tracy W. Now certain people you can't go sit by them until you've been here 6 weeks. Xavier, if he's here, he might not be here yet, but when Xavier Myers get here, you can't sit next to Xavier. You cannot sit next to Harold either, even though they are hall monitors. You can't sit next to Tracy C either. You need about 4 weeks before you can sit next to Tracy C. And for Xavier and them, you got about a good 6 to 8 weeks before we let you sit next to them. But enjoy yourself, have a good time. And if you really enjoy yourself, go ahead and click the subscribe button. We be here all the time, having a good old time. Okay. So Jeff, what's going on? What is going on? What's going on? You know what? Let me change. I like it when y'all faces are bigger. I like the bigger ones. There we go. That's the one I like. That's the one I like. Tamara, what's up, sweetheart? Oh God, what? Sorry about that, y'all. There was a building burning. I had to put the fire out. Anyway. Hey, Tamara. Hey, everybody. Ravine, what's going on? What's going on? Diamond Pearl Gym, what's going on? Hey, Monk Chip Boo. Samira said, rest in peace to this country. We ain't even got there yet, Samira. Girl, Uncle Jay, you still ain't told us when you coming up here. Are you ready to come up here? Because we need a palate cleanser. We need something to get our mind off of all of the fuck shit that's going on, Uncle Jay. Can you bring your ass up here and show the people the chest in real time? The people say they want to see that good chest. They want you to give them the best that you got. Okay? I'm just saying. Jim Bunny, what's going on, sweetheart? Dear God above. Oh my God. It's a lot going on. Symmetry, girl, what is going on? It's so much going on today. Listen, it's just so much. Woo! It is. It's gonna be a real life reality show again. You say you traveling for the holidays, so you got to get stuff out the way, not child. Me too. I'm traveling for my birthday. I can't wait. Child. 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 Listen. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to get this party started? Hey, Miss Bay thing, what's going on? Listen. Hey, Miss Bay thing say just had a sugar spike on the red superpower, aka the refs took over the majority. We gonna get there. We're here. We're here. We're here for the whole shit show. Listen, this is the place to be. I told y'all we will relish in community and we will be here to help y'all get through this fuck shit. My Trez, what's good, bruh? What is up, my Trez? What is going on in these streets? Ronald, you are here. I need you here, bruh. Ronald, it's a shit show in this country. Hey, Catherine Powell. Miss B. What's going on, Miss B? Listen, Miss B. Catherine Powell, my birthday is January 1st. Texas toy. Child, Texas toy. We gonna get that Texas toy. Child, do I need to go get a drink? Do I need to go drink? Oh my God, y'all. Nessa! What is going on, Nessa? Shit is burning down, Nessa. This shit is burning to the ground. Oh God. Yeah. Larry, we ready. We ready, Larry. Larry, where you at, Larry? Because we need you right now, Larry. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, gender-conforming members of our audience, I bring to you the great Larry Myers to help us usher in our Sugar Spike segment.
Oh God. Wow! You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So love now. I want to fight. That he gave. His only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And wow! Shall ever believe.
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus! I wish somebody help me.
Jesus. Y'all, this is where we are. Y'all, what is happening? What's going on? Oh, God. What is going on here? Oh, somebody help us, please. Please. Like, this is just completely where I'm at this point. I mean, what do y'all want from me? This is where I'm at. This is where I'm at this point. Like, girl. I just don't know no more, y'all. I don't know. Hey, Lady Bell, I don't know. I don't know no more, y'all. I don't know no more. Child. I just don't know no more, y'all. I don't know what y'all want from me. What do y'all want from us? We did what we were supposed to do. And now I'm telling you, this is exactly where I'm at. This is just where I'm at. That completely represents where I'm at this point, okay? This is where we are. This is where the fuck we are. Oh, dear God. Here we are. So, this happened today. Hey, Jason, what's good, bro? Listen, this happened today. Hey, L Love, my love. I don't understand at this point. I don't understand, Monk Chip. I don't even understand at this point why y'all continue to try to play nice with people who don't play nicely. You over there agree. The man didn't even invite you to the White House 4 years ago when you won, Joseph Robinette. No, she ain't found nothing, Monique. They just gonna go. Listen, I told y'all the Democratic Party has gone straight Bohica. Bohica, baby. Somebody tell her what Bohica means. That's the motto of the Democratic Party at this point. The motto of the Democratic Party at this point is Bohica. Harold! Harold! What's going on, Harold? Hey. S. Brian, that's the Harold I was telling you about. I know you new here. You can't sit next to Harold for about 6 to 8 weeks. Him or Xavier. Xavier ain't here yet. You'll see Xavier when he comes, but that's Harold. You can't sit next to Harold. Hey, Harold. We love Harold. Harold got a whole harem over here. Hey, Sweet Pea. For those of you all who don't know what Bohica is, that's what Bohica means. That's what Bohica means. Thank you, Harold. Listen. Jason said, ain't a head of hair between child. I don't know why y'all trying to play nice with these people. I don't know why y'all trying to play nice with these people. They don't give a it's no way you didn't invite me to the White House when I was elected. You better be damn Skippy. I ain't inviting your stinking ass to the White House either. How about that shit? I'm just saying. Child, this happened. But let's get to the major news of the day. The major news of the day is this. I actually went to college with this fuck boy. Did. He was a freshman when I was a senior. So for those of you all who have not heard, that is Florida Representative Matt Gaetz. He is now the nominee for your next Attorney General. The same Matt Gaetz that was involved in a sex trafficking ring, the same Matt Gaetz who was paying people to hire underage sex workers to come and do his bidding. That Matt Gaetz, the same Matt Gaetz who was fearful of a congressional ethics committee throwing him out of the House of Representatives. That Matt Gaetz is now tapped to be your next Attorney General of these yet to be United States of America. So here's the news flash. Here's a sobering notion for all of you all who for the last umpteen years have been laughing at people who reside in my home state of Florida, for all of you all who laugh at Florida, who laugh at Floridians, who say, I don't know how people live there, I got a news flash. They're about to turn the whole country into Florida. Welcome to the party, pals. Welcome to the party. Because they're about to turn the whole country into Florida if you need them. They are. Matthew Gaetz. That Matthew Gaetz. There is no restriction at this point. There's no restriction. I mean, what do you... Now, let's be clear. We're going from Merrick Garland. Hey, Paul, what's going on, Paul? We're going from Merrick, feckless ass Merrick Garland, who was inept at best, leading the Department of Justice as our Attorney General, to now having a sex offender and a man who was under House Ethics Committee investigations for lewd and lascivious behavior with minors, someone alleged to have aided and abetted in sex trafficking. Hey Gabby, is now going to be Attorney General and leading the Department of Justice. I just want you to wrap your brains around that. Please be clear. Matt Gaetz is a part of that faction of the House of Representatives that I call Yeehaw Junction. He is one of the leaders over there with the Paul Gossers and Marjorie Taylor Greens and all of them over there. He's a part of that function. I'm talking about the bizarro world, way off the deep end world. He is about to be the leader of your Department of Justice. He's about to be Attorney General. Mm-hmm. I don't know what y'all want from me. I don't know what y'all want from me. All I do is come up here and report what the fuck is going on. You have the Tom Harmon, who's going to be this new position, border czar, who's told you he's deporting whole families. Damn if you've been naturalized or not. He's already said that. Today, they said Vivek Ramaswamy, along with Elon Musk, is going to be over some made-up fictitious department that's supposed to reel in government regulations and all of this other government efficiency, Department of Government Efficiency, or whatever the fuck that is. Let them go in there and fuck some shit up. You said you were going to put fucking RFK Jr. over the fucking FDA. You put an idiot, whatever his name is, I can't even think of the man's name now, over the fucking EPA, who said point blank he doesn't even see a reason for there to be an EPA. And now we're talking about the Department of Justice. We're talking about FBI and all of law enforcement as we know it will now be ran by this young man. If that is not scary, I don't know what else to tell you. That if that's not a scary notion, the inmates are running the asylum. I mean, remember, the Department of Justice is supposed to be a neutral agency that is not that doesn't lean to the whims of whoever is president or whatever political party is in office. They are supposed to remain nonpartisan, neutral, and be about the business of law enforcement. And now you have placed Matt Gaetz, who has been swinging from the ball hairs of Donald Trump since he came down the escalator in the year of our Lord 2015. I mean, he has his one hand on a string of hair from one nut sack, one testicle, and another hair swinging from the hair of the other nut. Okay, and right behind him is Marjorie Taylor Greene and Paul Gosser's on another part of the nut sack. They all sit over there on his nut sack. I just want these people to realize and understand what's going on. You got Mike Huckabee, the man responsible for us having Governor Quasimodo, Sarah Huckabee Sanders. He's now ambassador to Israel, and he full-throated said today, there is no such thing as Palestine. They're going to annex the West Bank. They're going to annex and completely take over the Gaza Strip and the West Bank. So for all of these people that said that they were going to sit this one out because of they were a one position or one issue voter, I hope you're happy with where we are now. Mike Huckabee is on record saying there's no such animal as Palestine. It never existed, and we're here for Israel. We're here for Israel annexing the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. The man being nominated for Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, has said point blank, Israel needs to do everything it wants to do. Yes, it needs to bomb Iran. Yes, it needs to annex the West Bank. Yes, it needs to annex the Gaza Strip and all of it. This is happening. This is real. Now, some of y'all might be saying, well, Teddy, that doesn't really affect us here in these yet to be United States of America. Yes, it does. Because guess what we just found out? Hey, here's a scarier notion. Because they've already today called the House. The House has officially been called for the Republicans. They got the 218 that they needed. So now they have the House, they have the Senate, they have the Supreme Court, and they have the White House. If they want to enter into any war, they can. There's nothing holding them back. So that means your family members, your loved ones, wives, husbands, children, all of these people, they could be deployed at any moment, because who knows after January 20th when they'll be going into war. Hell, the guy who they just put as the nominee for Secretary of Defense just said 5 days ago that women should not be allowed to serve in the military. That's what he said. That's what he said out of his mouth. just 5 days ago, not 5 weeks ago, not 5 months ago, not 5 years ago, 5 days ago. This was after the election. And that's the man who just got the nod to become your next Secretary of Defense. This is happening, people, whether or not you want it to. We're here. We're here. Yeah, that's what they're saying. They're saying Laura Trump, who was running the RNC over there, may end up being the Governor DeSantis's appointment to Marco Rubio's seat. And she'd be able to stay in that seat until the election of that seat, which is not until 2026. Mm-hmm. Oh, please believe they're going to shove that right down the pipe. They have what they need. All of the laws that they want to put in place, they have what they need. There's just certain things that they can't do because they would need a supermajority of 60%, which they don't have. But let's be clear, the Republicans are very crafty and they will find ways to shove stuff down the pipe. They'll find every loophole imaginable with which to get whatever they want done. This is what we have to look forward to. Listen. Diamond Pearl Jim. Donald John has already indicated to Senate leadership that they should go on recess. So in order that he can have recess appointments, meaning he can just appoint who he wants to while Senate is on recess at the beginning of his administration, and these people then not having to go through any type of confirmation hearing. That's what he wants them to do. Mind you, he's asking this of a Senate who's already affirmed that they will rubber stamp anything that he wants them to do. And he ain't even happy with that. He said that ain't good enough. I just want the freedom because I'm turning this into a complete authoritarian, totalitarian nation. I just want complete control. Damn y'all and damn all how y'all feel. Damn all of that. I'm spiking out y'all. I gotta have me some sugar. I need a Christmas tree cake because I'm spiking out y'all. I don't know what y'all want me to do. I don't know what y'all want from me. I'm spiking out. Spike it out. This shit is about to get real scary. Real scary. Real scary. Because I don't think people fully realize some of the luxuries that we've taken for granted due to people who have been in the position of attorney general. Do you know how many cases that makes it to the federal system and things like that? All of the civil rights cases dealing with racism, discrimination, and bigotry, all those kinds of things are subject to the whims of the Department of Justice. And if you have a Donald Trump acolyte and sycophant like a Matt Gaetz there, they are about to dismantle everything you know about the Department of Justice. Everything you have come to think that was, we don't have to worry about that. All of it's on the table. Everything is on the table. They have ran a Boston. That's it. They ran a Boston. They don't ran a Boston. That's what just happened. We sitting at the card table. They just ran a Boston. Ain't nothing you could do. It's nothing we could do at this point. I don't think they can put Byron Donalds there because he is a sitting member of Congress. If I'm not mistaken, Florida law dictates that they wouldn't. If I'm not mistaken, according to Florida law, because when there is a when there's a vacancy, it then filling of that vacancy goes back to the state to determine how they fill that vacancy, and each state has laws on the book about how that happens. Some states say they have to have an emergency election. Some state the governor will appoint for until they can organize a emergency election. Some state the governor appoints that person until the next regular election. And I believe in Florida, our state law says that you cannot be appointed there if you already have a seat in either in the U.S. Senate or in the I'm sorry, if you're already in the U.S. House of Representatives, you can't be appointed there. Neither can the lieutenant governor or governor be appointed there. Shane says I'm mistaken. I might be. Go find it for me, Shane. Let me know if I'm mistaken. But listen, y'all. This is happening. This is happening. I know what y'all want me to do. There's your next Senate Majority Leader, John Thune. That's John Thune, who's already indicated. He's one of those that believe in the mandate. He's one of those people that believe in the mandate, meaning that they, and when I say the mandate, these are the Republicans that are led to believe that because the American electorate voting overwhelmingly to put all Republicans in all levels of government, that they have a mandate to do whatever the hell Donald John Trump wants them to do. Oh, hold on. Let me go back. Should I remind you that feckless ass Merrick Garland, when as the leader of the Department of Justice, as our sitting attorney general, had the DOJ do an investigation on him and chose not to bring him up on charges? That was Merrick Garland's doing. He declined to have the Department of Justice charge Matt Gaetz for his sex trafficking crimes. Yeah, that Merrick Garland, the feckless ass one coming out of the seat. And now what do we have? Because y'all assholes want to always play nice with people who don't play nicely. Y'all want to be like, oh, we shouldn't do that. Oh, da 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 da. And now he's going to be your successor, Merrick Garland, and he's going to say, Bohica, baby. Bohica. I'm spiking out, y'all. I'm spiking out. You got people being put in positions that have actively said things to like they would murder and kill other members of Congress. We got these type of people that are being appointed to positions of power. Some of the most powerful department attorney general is in on the 7 o'clock meeting. Somebody gonna say, what is the 7 o'clock meeting, L. Teddy? Let me tell you, every morning in the White House, you have the proverbial 7 o'clock meeting and the 9 o'clock meeting. The 7 o'clock meeting is a very small segment of the cabinet there. It's the president, vice president, secretary of state, Secretary of Defense, Attorney General, who else is there? National Security Advisor. It's like 7 people there, but this is the innermost circle. The people really involved with making shit happen. There's the 7 o'clock meetings, the real big dogs, and then there's the 9 o'clock meeting where you have the bigger, where you have more people at the table. You might have Secretary of Interior and Secretary of HUD and Transportation, but the 7 o'clock meetings, those are the real big dogs. This man is at the 7 o'clock meeting now after January 20th. The people who make all of the real decisions. The 9 o'clock meeting is just, a formality. We got to have this meeting. What y'all got going on? Okay, girl, it's over. But the 7 o'clock meetings is where the big dogs are. It's 7 of them. Somebody's gonna put it in the chat, hopefully, because I can't think of all the 7. But it's President, Vice, VP, Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, Attorney General, National Security Advisor. I'm missing one other person. I can't remember who the other person is. But it's like 7 of them. That's all. That's the 7 o'clock meeting. And you have Matt Gaetz in this meeting. I'm sorry I had to go back here, but do you all understand what this means? Oh, girl. Oh, girl. Like, I just can't at this. I'm here. I'm here. This is where I'm at. Somebody help me. Somebody help me, please. Please. This is where we are. This is where we are. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. This is where we are. God bless America. So now we have John Thune as your next House Majority Leader. Not House Majority Leader, I'm sorry. Senate Majority Leader. Now he's currently the Senate Majority Minority Whip. And he's the number 2 guy underneath Mitch McConnell. He's the number 2 man under Mitch. Well, some people say John Cornyn was the number 2 person. Some people say Mitch McConnell was the number 2 person. But according to people with knowledge of it, they say the vote this morning was 29-24 in the second round. They say Trick Scott ain't even make it out in the first round of voting. He didn't even make the runoff. So after the first round of voting, the second round came and Thune won 29-24 in the second round of voting against John Cornyn. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Here's what he said in an op-ed that he wrote just Monday, knowing that he was possibly about to be elected to the majority leader. Here's what he wrote in the op-ed, quote, "We cannot afford to take this coalition for granted. If we fail to deliver on President Trump's priorities, we will lose their support. They have trusted us with their votes. Now we have to roll up our sleeves and get to work." End of quote. Now, he's already on record saying that he supports Donald Trump's demand that they go on recess so he can go through with doing his recess appointments to his cabinet positions. He's already signaled that he is on board for fast tracking all of Donald Trump's agenda. Whatever he wants, if it gets to the Senate, they will vote on it. Here's the deal. Because some of these people get drunk with power. You know what I could fully see? Because they have 53 votes. And if you include John Fetterman, we'll get to that fuck bitch in a second. They have a few more votes. I could see them trying to do away with the filibuster because there are certain big things that they cannot do because of the filibuster. I could absolutely see them doing what the Dems were too fucking weak to do, which is get rid of the filibuster. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. He's not. I just read to you what he said, Jim Bunny. The man said we have a mandate. He said the people voted for us to push for Donald Trump's agenda, and that's what we're here to do. Now, here's the deal. Here's my question. I remember 7th grade civics class. And in my 7th grade civics class, what it said to me was we had 3 co-equal branches of government. There was no, oh, this one branch must acquiesce to the demands of the other branch. That's not how it works. They're all 3 co-equal branches. What you got going over there, I'm doing what I got to do over here. And I do not take demands from you over there because we're equals. That's how it's supposed to work. The president should not and is not supposed to be making demands of the Congress because they're co-equal branches. But these people have taken their own testicles, taken a serrated knife, chopped off said testicles, placed them on said silver platter, and put on white gloves and handed over their testicles on the silver platter, holding the silver platter with white gloves to Donald John Trump. Now, remember when Joseph Robinette Biden was elected president and his first 2 years, he had the House, he had the Senate, and he had the presidency. Remember that? Remember he had both chambers of Congress when he first got elected. He had both chambers of Congress and the White House. And what happened? They found every reason to figure out ways not to get a whole lot of stuff done. Watch this shit. Because one thing that other side knows how to do, oh, you giving us all of the control? Watch this. Bohica, baby. I'm telling you, that's the motto. Watch how much gets done. Watch how much they get pushed through. Because everybody going to fall in line. All of the people who claimed, I'm bipartisan, the Susan Collinses of the world, the Lisa Murkowskis of the world, they all gonna fall they stinking asses in the fuck line and vote however they tell them to vote, whether or not they want them to. They're gonna get everything through that they wanted to. It's gonna go straight through the House, get straight through the Senate, right to that young man's desk. But we remember me. Some of y'all been here. Some of y'all been here. I was screaming those first 3 years about so many things that they promised that they just refused to. Some of the stuff never even saw the light of day. The John Lewis Voting Rights Act never saw the light of day. The George Floyd policing bill never saw the light of day. And they had both chambers of Congress and the White House. Look at Mushmouth in the back. Look at Mushmouth back here in the back. Look at his ass back here in the back. They ain't gonna give you nothing, Mushmouth. You ain't getting not one appointment. Let it go, sir. I'm sure he over there sitting by the phone waiting. Oh, that was the phone. Oh, hello. No, bitch. You ain't getting shit, Mushmouth. Raggedy. You think you finna get something? I got a question. Anybody seen any of these black Republicans that were aligned with Donald John getting an appointment? Maybe they will. I don't know. Any of y'all see any of them getting in any of these appointments yet? Any appointments that make sense? I'm just asking because sometimes some of this stuff misses my desk. Sometimes this stuff kind of misses my desk and it kind of slips through the crack. Has he made appointments of significance to any of these people that put on their Sambo slippers and did their best step and fetch routine for him? Has he made any significant appointment to any of these black folks that's been out here carrying the water for his ass? I just want to know. I ain't seen none, Diamond Pearl Jim. I ain't seen none. Not one. I'm just making sure. I'm just wondering. I'm this y'all boy. Byron Donalds, where you at? Mushmouth, you back there, gumming it up for people behind Senator Thune. I ain't seen your name on no appointment short list yet, bruh. I ain't seen not one. Maybe it's coming. I don't know. I ain't seen nothing of significance though. And ain't too many significant positions left. He might do you like he did Dr. Ben what his face and give you the hood or something like that. You have a fucking neurosurgeon and you put him in charge of hood. That's how much he thinks of y'all. Dear God. You people are hilarious. Hilarious. Let's keep going. In other appointment news, Tulsi Gabbard, oh yes, that whore, former member of the Democratic Party and former Democratic Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard, she has been chosen and selected and nominated to be the Director of National Intelligence. That's the other person that I couldn't think about. Director of National Intelligence, the DNI. Uh-huh. Remember, she ran for president in 2020 as a Democrat. I don't know what y'all want from me. I don't know what y'all want from me. She's your next director of national intelligence. What do y'all want from me? What do you want from me? The only qualification you need at this point is to kiss the ring and not be black, apparently. If you kiss the ring and not be black, you too can get an appointment. I just don't know what y'all want from me. I don't know what y'all want from me. Please be clear. You do. Does everybody see that right now? There's not a single media outlet screaming from the rooftop about Russian interference in this election anymore. Not one. Nobody's screaming about Russia interference in this election. Nobody. Magically, Kamala Harris wins, and all the talk about Russian interference, Russian propaganda is all of a sudden no more. All of a sudden, there's no more allegations of voter fraud. Interesting. Do with that as you wish. In more depressing news, it ain't getting no better. So apparently, Special Counsel Jack Smith says he's looking to step down as special counsel before Trump takes office and is discussing how to end the prosecutions against Donald Trump. Let me read this to you real fast. Special Counsel Jack Smith intends to step down before President-elect Donald Trump takes office and is discussing the mechanisms of winding down the federal prosecutions against him with Justice Department leadership. A DOJ official familiar with the discussions have said. Trump has threatened to fire Jack Smith, but Smith expects to be gone before Trump takes office. The talks between Smith and DOJ leaders extend beyond Trump's criminal cases to questions about what to do with other defendants in the classified documents case, as well as the special counsel's office and what happens to its budget and staff. Jack Smith is required to produce a report of his work for Attorney General Merrick Garland. It's not clear whether the timing of Smith's departure would be delayed if he has to submit his report to the Intelligence Committee for approval, according to people briefed on the discussion. Smith is working to complete the report before Trump takes office, as Garland would need to approve it and decide whether to release any of it publicly. One person familiar with the discussion said. Trump and his allies have repeatedly threatened to fire and prosecute Jack Smith's team. In October, the president-elect said that he would use presidential powers to end Jack Smith's probe and promised to fire Jack Smith within 2 seconds. As President Trump benefits from protections against prosecution that he didn't have as a civilian. Longstanding Justice Department policy holds that a sitting president cannot be prosecuted for crimes, and a ruling from the Supreme Court this summer found that Trump enjoyed, quote, absolute immunity, end of quote, from prosecution for actions taken within his core constitutional powers as president. Before his departure, Smith will have to decide how to end the 2 criminal cases he brought against Trump. In Florida, Smith has appealed Judge Aileen Cannon's decision to dismiss the classified documents case, ruling that Smith was unconstitutionally appointed as special counsel and that the funding of his office also violated the law. And in Washington, D.C., Jack Smith's team has been pressing forward in the criminal case alleging Donald John Trump orchestrated a conspiracy to overturn the 2020 election in the wake of the Supreme Court's ruling on presidential immunity. It's a whole shit show over here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you hella late to class today, Demetria. Go over there and see one of the hall monitors. Go see Jason or Diamond Pearl Jeff. Go see one of the hall monitors. They'll let you know what your essay is for today. How you doing today, Demetria? Hey, girl. Hey. This is happening, y'all. Chimera. We see the complete diminution and unraveling of everything that you know to be this federal government. Hey, Sharice, what's going on, my love? Child, you need to get a whole lot of people, Demetria. It's a whole shit show over here. In more fuckboy news, fuckboy extraordinaire, Senator John Fetterman is in the news. Why? I'm glad you asked. Now, this is the alleged Democratic senator that was elected in 2022 to the Senate out of the great state of Pennsylvania. At this point, people from the state of Pennsylvania, I don't trust y'all to do a goddamn thing. I don't trust y'all to do a fuck thing over there in Pennsylvania. The way y'all don't fuck this up. Y'all got this fuck bitch in office and y'all ousted Casey. And now, get this. Let me read this to you because you're gonna love this. Democratic Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman said he would vote to confirm his colleague Senator Marco Rubio as Secretary of State if selected by President-elect Donald John Trump. This is why the Democratic Party ain't shit. This is exactly why they ain't shit. Because fuck bitches like this. Fuck boys like this. Hey, Tanya. What's going on, boo? This is why they ain't shit. This young man is on the record saying, oh, yeah, I'm going to vote to confirm Marco Rubio. Will. But aren't you a Democrat? Am. On paper. And you voting to confirm Marco Rubio? Am. I mean, move over Joe Manchin. We now have John Fetterman to look forward to. I just can't. Hey, Angela. Hey, Kim H. This is what we got going on. I honestly do not know what y'all want from me. I just read the stories. That's all I do at this point. I'm just the messenger. I am just a messenger. I don't know what else y'all want from me. I don't know what y'all want from me. But we're here. They walking right in, S. Brian, walking right in, giving a seat at the goddamn table. Just a damn mess. Just a mess. Just a damn mess. Listen. I have not liked this young man since he got elected. I've been y'all know I've been over here. I had my foot on his neck for a long time, but we're here. As we delve further into the dossier today, because I don't know what else y'all want from me, y'all. I told y'all this is our sentiment moving forward. This is where we are. This is just where we are. Okay, this is how we feel right now. What do y'all want from us? I don't know what else y'all want from me. So we're finding out. Remember, they were asking for thoughts and prayers for Greg Popovich, San Antonio Spurs coach Greg Popovich. Well, we've come to find out that he suffered a mild stroke earlier this month. I think that was last week or so. They were saying, "Hey, everybody pray for Coach Popovich." Well, come to find out, he suffered a mild stroke. Now they're saying that he's expected to make a full recovery. However, um, they're saying that it's that he should be fine. He's 75 years old. Um, and you know, here's how I feel. You don't have nothing to prove Greg Popovich. How many rings he got? I think he has three rings. Somebody look that up for me. I believe he has 3 rings. I think he got yeah, because he got the one when David Robinson was there, and then he got 2 more after David Robinson left. When it was David Robinson and Tim Duncan, he got one. And then when it was Tim Duncan and Tony Parker, he got another one. Another 2, I think. When it was them 2. I think he has 3, but somebody will check that for me. I'm almost sure he has 3. Um, But yes, we are sending our prayers for. We like Greg Popovich. Greg Popovich is one of the few white male coaches that don't mind saying what shit is, that will come out and say, "You're racist. We're wrong. This isn't right." He has absolutely been one of the few who have been willing to speak truth to power with his platform and position in the NBA, where a lot of these white coaches and white owners of these teams don't want to do that. So we wish him a speedy recovery. But I really think that that's the writing on the walls. And, oh, he has 5. Okay, thank you, Diamond Pearl Jim. I was cheaping in the man. I thought he had 3. You say he got 5? Jesus. But yes, what Kim H said, I didn't even see what she said. She said he might be. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Child. Child. Anyway, we're praying for you, Coach Pop, to have a speedy recovery. Fine ass Nelly is in the news. So apparently, Nelly will not be charged with for any of the crimes. Remember, he got pulled over and got charged with possession of ecstasy. They say he went. Remember, they said he went to the casino and he was driving home and he got pulled over and they found ecstasy on him and stuff like that and all kinds of stuff. Well, according to the St. Louis County Prosecuting Attorney's Office, they said that quote, "We don't believe the facts in this case warrant the issuing of charges." Okay. Um the prosecuting attorney in this case is someone who I'm not a fan of. The prosecuting attorney is Wesley Bell. Yes, that Wesley Bell that ran against our beloved Cori Bush and unseated Cori Bush this election. I mean, this past August in a primary for that House seat over in St. Louis, Missouri. That Wesley Bell. But well, he's but Nelly's attorney said, quote, Wesley Bell, the prosecuting attorney, and his office looked at all the circumstances and after a fair and impartial review of the evidence, declined to prosecute, end of quote. The man need to be at home with his wife and child. He got a new infant over there. Him and Ashanti, they got an infant over there. He need to be at home with Ashanti and their new baby. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We love you down, Nelly. Go with God. Listen, y'all. When you're right as much as I am, you don't have to brag about it. Let me say that again. When you are right as much as I am, you don't have to brag about it. What do you mean, L. Teddy? I'm glad you asked. Yes, was it yesterday or was it Monday? I think it was Monday. We reported that about Michael Strahan, and we reported on him with the whole national anthem, him not having his hand over his heart, and that whole situation and how everybody else had their hand over their heart and he had his hands down, and the fact that they were going to force him to apologize. Well, let me hold on. Because like I said, when you're right as much as I am, you don't have to brag about it. I'm gonna let y'all see it for yourselves. All right. Let's make that big. Like to hear it? Here it go.
I'm just grateful to have made it out.
Everybody, it's Michael here, and I want to address what happened this past weekend, and I feel like I need to address it because it spilled over to the point where I get out of my car today and I'm ambushed by a media outlet here at my house, which I'm not proud of the way I handled that whole situation, but I think anybody out there can understand the things you're going to do. You're going to protect your family and you're going to protect your home, which is what I felt like I needed to do in that moment. And it all stemmed from this past weekend in San Diego with my Fox crew. 2 days in San Diego with the Navy SEALs and with all the other sailors there. And then a 2-hour show praising the military and all that they've done for us, celebrating Veterans Day. And we had our national anthem. I didn't have my hand over my chest. Everyone thought he's protesting. He's making a statement, which is so far from the truth. I have nothing to protest. I have no statement to be made. The only statement that should be made and that I want to make is I love the military. I've always loved the military and I will always love the military. I do so many programs to help veterans and soldiers. I grew up on a military base with a father who's a major in the Army. My brother, my sister, my cousins, they all served in the military. I'm a military brat. And so the fact of somebody saying that, I'm unpatriotic couldn't be any further from the truth. And if you want the truth, I'll tell you the truth, is that I was caught up in the moment. I'm looking at all these young sailors standing there at attention before the national anthem played, and I'm thinking to myself, how incredible. How incredible to be that young and to know that you want to do this. Like, it's such a commitment, but you're willing to commit to something that gives us our freedoms. Plain and simple. I'm just sitting there in amazement, in which I'm always amazed because I don't take it for granted no matter where we go around the world, from Afghanistan to all the military institutions here in this country. And by the time I looked up from that moment, all my Fox guys had their hands over their hearts, the national anthem playing. I somewhat panicked and I'm like, do I be the fool that puts his hand over his heart after? Or do I just stand here with my hand in front of me respectfully? Which that's what I did. That's what happened. And if that offended any of our military and veterans, I apologize to you because that was never my intent. I'm a product of the military, a proud lover of the military, and a proud lover of all those who served before, now, and who will serve in the future.
Did I or did I not tell you this was coming? The only thing that I'm waiting for now, because like I told y'all, it's not enough for him to do this on his own social media. He's going to have to do this on NFL on Fox. He's going to make another apology on Sunday during some segment on the NFL on Fox. I'm telling you, the man ain't did a goddamn thing wrong. But I told you, he ain't trying to lose all his money, endorsements, all that other stuff. Somebody said, hey, bruh, you're going to have to come out and apologize. But I ain't do nothing. It don't matter. It don't matter. I told y'all this was coming. I told y'all. I was very clear that regardless of how he felt, anybody else felt, he was going to have to apologize. They were going to make him bend the knee, and bend the knee he did. Because Michael Strahan ain't trying to lose no money. But please be clear, that ain't enough, because everybody may not be following his social media or may not have seen that. So what has to happen now? Oh, bruh, you got to do that same apology down to the NFL on Fox. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. All of it. But we said this. I don't know what y'all want from me. I'm just over here. I just report the stories. Sir, get ready. I hope those Sambo slippers feel good. Come with God. In more news, in happier news, so everybody's so happy and so elated about seeing for the first time Candiace and her child with that white man. Now the baby's name is Jet Maxwell Lee. Now, that's a lot of names. Jet Maxwell Lee Bassett. I've never understood people giving two middle names. Like, I feel like one middle name is enough. I've never understood people giving two middle names. But she is all happy and every and so forth. Here's what she said to People magazine, who had the exclusive photos. Here's what she said. She said, quote, he is just the cutest little thing. Chris and I couldn't be happier. It's so cliche to say, but he's brought so much joy to our lives in ways I never would have been able to describe before. It's pure love. I just look at him and envision all the adventures we're going to have throughout my pregnancy. When I would talk to him in my stomach, I would say, I can't wait to see who you're going to be. And that's been the joy in my heart that's continued after his birth. It's exciting to think about. I'm so ready for a lifetime of being on the sidelines, cheering him on. End of quote. Oh, she also wanted to explain his first name. Here's what she said about that quote. The meaning of his name was really important to me. I mean, there were a lot of names I liked that had meanings I did not like. So that just automatically tossed them out. But as soon as I read the meaning of his name, I was like, this is it. This is his name. She also went on to talk about giving him two first names, saying that quote, I'm extra, end of quote. It's by giving him two middle names. One of them, Lee, is her father's middle name. She then went on to say, quote, naming him took longer than I thought. I had been throwing names out to Chris the entire pregnancy, and most of the ones I liked, he was like, those sound like Nepo baby names. And I was like, why are you just trying to kill my vibe? But Chris agreed with Jet. He was like, Jet's a cool name. He's going to be a cool kid. They can call him JB. End of quote. At this point, I'm just nauseated. I mean, this is Chris's fourth child, right? Ain't this his fourth child? Don't he got three other cheering from other people? I mean, I don't know. I guess like the famous Jet Jackson. Shout out to Lee Thompson Young, my frat brother. May he rest in peace. Lee Thompson Young, tragically gone too soon. I mean, I guess Candiace. I mean, I don't have no problem with Candiace. You say you got cousins with over 20 middle names. That is, oh God. How many of y'all got two first names? I mean, two middle names. I only got one middle name. Is that like a thing? Like, is that really popular now? Child, I don't know. Now, two last names I'm okay with. Two last names, that happens. I am starting to see more men with hyphenated or two last names because their mother, they were raised by their mother and their mother had a hyphenated last name and they kept that hyphenated last name. So I've started to see more men with that. You don't have a middle name symmetry? Oh, I always feel bad for people who say they don't have a middle name. Like, I think a middle name is important. You know what? No, she didn't name that baby out the Jet Jeff. Green girl, you don't have a middle name either? Child. But Jet Jeff really Angela. I think Candiace does, if I'm not mistaken. I think she watches Chasing Reality. If I'm not mistaken, I think she's one of those celebs that do watch Chasing Reality. That's too funny. But listen, I listen. Don't feel bad. I grew up thinking I had one, but late found out that it was not on my birth certificate. Oh, I got a friend of mine. Um, um, uh, uh, um, her name is Nicole. She always tells the story that she grew up so angry that her name didn't end with an A because she says as a black girl, your name should end with an A. And I was like, is that a real thing? And she was like, yes, Keisha, Tasha, Tanya, Sonia. She was like, black girls' names are supposed to end with A. And I was like, I didn't know that was a thing. She was like, yes, it's a real thing. And I felt bad as a black girl growing up that my name was Nicole and not a name that ended with an A. I was like, oh, is that a real thing? All my black ladies in the chat, is that a thing? Like, is that a real? She was real mad about it though. She said she's finally come to terms with it because she said that when she grew up, she was gonna change her name to something that ends with an A. Diamond Pearl Jim say no, it's not a thing. Jim Buddy said, I'm glad I don't have a name that ends with an A. My sister's name, all of them end with the A. Oh, wow. My sisters, I only have one sister whose name ends with an A. Only one. I'm thinking about my aunts. One, two. My mom's name ends with an A. I have 8 aunts on my mom's side, and one ends with my mom's name ends with an A, and one of my another one of my aunts' name ends with an A. Oh no, 2. I'm sorry, 3. So 2 aunts and my mom. Miss Baythang says it's not a thing. Montrez says one of the most common names when I was in school was Kayla. That ends with an A. But Jim Bunny said this is our first time hearing this. Lady Bell said her name is with the A, but it's not a typical thing. Well, Tanya, your name in with the A too. Y'all notice how Tanya came out the bushes when we started talking about her man, Nelly. Y'all saw when we started talking about Nelly, how Tanya came out the bushes. I saw you, Tanya. Tanya will fight y'all about her man, Nelly. Montrez says lots of girls I went to school with had names that ended with the name. Now that I think about it, Montrez, when I was in school, it was a lot of girls. Most of the black girls I knew, their names ended with an A. Wow, I'm really thinking about this. Wow, hey, I never thought about that. In Spanish, the female version of names or words in A, and masculine in an O. Even though my daughter's name ends with an A. I have an A, but I know plenty who don't. Okay, names end with an A, but my name ends with an A, but I'm Hispanic. Okay. It might be a thing. Not any Idas in the book. Come on, Ida. Bertha. Bertha don't want no parts of that either, Jason. Ida and Bertha. Martha. Paula. Roberta. Girl. All 4 of my kids' middle names start with a C. And all 3 girls have Lee in their name. Me and all my brothers have the same middle name. All of us have the same middle name. We all named after my uncle. I think it's generational. Could be. A lot of female names end with an A. You know, I think it's because when you end with an A, it does sound more feminine. I don't know. I know a Sharonda. I worked with a Sharonda. That was my dog. That was my dog. Oh, I love me some Sharonda. And we used to always have to call her name because her last name was Johnson. So when your last name is Johnson and you're a teacher, it's probably like 4 or 5 Miss Johnsons at the school. So whenever you had whenever you said Miss Johnson, you had to say her first name because it was multiple Miss Johnsons. It was the same way with Taylors too. I think we had like 3 Miss Taylors, and we always had to say their first name. But yeah, I don't know. Listen, you name it whatever you want. We're happy for you, Candiace. Sweetheart, dear one, doll baby, love bug. We are happy that you had it. Now she's on record saying she want to have some more. Now I don't know about all of that, Candiace, because Chris already got 3 other children beside that one. I think his oldest child is already grown, so he might not be paying child support on that one no more. Somebody check me on that. Now, one of y'all gonna know, isn't Chris Bassett's oldest child grown now. I think his oldest child is grown, and the other two not grown yet. I know he's still paying child support somewhere. All of the middle names in my mother's side start with an L. Interesting. You know, black people, we like to be cute and creative. Up, look who's in the building. And there's Xavier. Where the hell you been, Xavier? Where the hell you been? Because you late to class today, Xavier. You real late to class. Okay, so his oldest one is 22. Okay. Not Candiace will pay his child support again. Well, okay, so his oldest son, we've confirmed, is 22. Okay. I thought the oldest child was of age. The others are teenagers, 15 and 14. Okay. So he's still paying child support. Candiace still paying child support on them. Oh. Not work took you and your back out. You can't be saying that living in the great city of Las Vegas. You know, y'all have whole brothels down there to the Las Vegas, Xavier. If you talk about work took your back out, that could mean a whole lot. Janae, speaking of late to class, where you been, Janae? You late to class. Everybody rolling up in class late today. Where you been at? Be rolling up in my class late. We love you down, Janae, but you just can't be rolling up in my class late like this. Girl, you and Xavier. Um, well, Candace in her 30s. I think she's like 36 or 37. I know Chris is older than me. I think Chris is like 46 or 47. And I think Candace is like 36 or 37. I think they like 9 or 10 years apart. You at work too? They over there working you to death too? Child, y'all can't be letting these people work y'all like this. We gotta move on, Candace. Go, Scott. So these ugly monstrosities that Elon Musk unsheathed on the planet are now headed for a sixth. That is six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth recall. So Tesla is calling 2,431 Cybertrucks. They announced the recall of these the 2024 Cybertruck electric pickups due to a drive inverter defect, marking the sixth recall effort this year. The recall, which affects vehicles produced between November 6, 2023 and July 30th, 2024, highlights a potential fault that can cause the drive inverter to stop producing torque, effectively leading to a loss of propulsion. This failure could result in an increased risk of collisions. In a statement, Tesla emphasized, quote, if the inverter stops producing torque, the driver loses the ability to apply torque to the vehicle using the accelerator pedal, resulting in a loss of propulsion, which may increase the risk of a collision, end of quote. I mean, this shit is a monstrosity. The fact that people will buy this mess, and drive it around. Like I've seen several of these in the last month or so. I mean, last couple months. That shit is ugly as hell. And people actually ride around with that shit. I don't understand. I do not understand. Like people willingly drive around in this car. A mess. But it's being recalled for the sixth time. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Go, whatever. Go with God. I mean, if you were dumb enough to buy that ugly mess, you get what you paid for. Anyway, in news that some of y'all may be upset about, Spirit Airlines is planning to file for bankruptcy. Apparently, the merger that they were trying to have with Frontier Airlines fell through. According to the Wall Street Journal, which cited people familiar with the situation, the air travel company Spirit Airlines is towards the end of discussions with bondholders trying to work out a bankruptcy plan that would be supported by most of its creditors after failing to turn a profit in the last 5 out of 6 quarters. The news comes just a month after the Wall Street Journal published a different report claiming that Frontier Airlines was interested in bailing out their competitor with a merger in light of their looming growing debt. However, the Wall Street Journal clarified in a report yesterday that Frontier Airlines is not ready to make such an acquisition. Their Spirit Airlines is expected to submit the bankruptcy filing within the next few weeks. I ain't I ain't fly on that shit anyway. Who the fuck is flying Spirit Airlines? Like who's flying Spirit Air? Exactly, Jason. That shit is so plain. All they do on that shit is fight and shit. You got the airline workers down to the ticket counter fighting people. Remember we watched the video when like 3 or 4 of the people down to the ticket counter was beating people down over there in Baltimore and shit. They charge you for everything in the world. Like you get charged to breathe on Spirit Airlines. I'm serious. They charge you to breathe. I can't fly that mess. Baby, I made that mistake one time way back in 2015 because back then I didn't even know what a Spirit Airlines was. I thought it was just a new airlines or something like that, right? This was 2015, and baby, I would never do it again. Baby, they charged me for everything. I was so mad. I had to end up shipping my clothes home. I had to mail my clothes home because I wasn't gonna be able to pay for it. It was gonna cost me. It was cheaper for me to mail it home, with FedEx, or I think I used UPS, than it was to try and get on the plane with it. Mess. I'm just saying. I can't fly that mess. You say the same people buying them ugly ass cars is the same people who fly Spirit Airlines, but I can't believe people actually fly on that mess. Like, listen, I'm surprised they ain't been bankrupt. You really thought that you was gonna make a profit and you charging people $28 to fly round trip from Atlanta to Las Vegas. Girl, I bought this $28 ticket from Atlanta to Las Vegas. Bitch, what? How? They say the employees only make like $8 an hour. Child. Angela say all them charges is still no profit. How dreadful. Girl, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I don't have nothing to do with it. Child. So Jeff said, I saw a video on TikTok with 2 Spirit employees about to fight. She bumped her on the conveyor belt. See what I'm saying? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Listen, we're not going to be lamenting the bankruptcy and possible closing down of Spirit Airlines. I'm just saying. Oh well, go with God. In our last story of the day, God help us. This is a bit of good news, at least for me. Tekashi 6ix9ine has been sent back to jail for violating his probation. Mhm. He's been sent back to jail after pleading guilty to violating the conditions of his probation. The rapper's probation period stems from his controversial racketeering case that saw him collaborate with law enforcement, but the controversial star could not stay out of trouble after his release. The judge sentenced him to 45 days behind bars, exceeding the 30-day term the prosecution had called for. The prosecution said he could get 30. Judge said, nah, look at this bitch. She's a menace to society. Don't know. He's too ugly for words, and nobody should be forced to look at this person on the outside world. So let me do the public a favor and send him to jail for 45 days, damn to 30 days. Lock his ass up for 45 days because he's too ugly for words. Thank you, Judge. What's the name of the judge? Okay. Judge Paul Engelmeyer. We need more Judge Paul Engelmeyers out here, okay? Anyway, the multiple violations include testing positive for meth, traveling to Las Vegas without permission, and twice failing to comply with drug testing requests. Oh, yes, you heard that first part. Testing positive for meth. I mean, look at him. He don't look like he high on meth. He don't look high on meth. Girl. Judge Paul Engelmeyer said, quote, your breach of the court's trust is profound. 5 violations say to me that you believe the rules don't apply to you. Maybe you believe that because you're a famous rapper. I'm in the quote. He tried to plead for leniency to the judge and said, quote, I make a lot of mistakes, but I'm not a bad person. End of quote. Judge Engelmeyer also warned Tekashi 6ix9ine of harsher sentencing should he end up in his court again. Quote, if you are brought back before me, I may sentence you to more. End of quote. He initially defended his trip to Las Vegas through his lawyer, who claimed that he went to Las Vegas for a performance and that he believed he had notified the proper authorities, but ultimately pled guilty to the offense. The man is he's a miscreant, okay? He's a whole ass derelict of society. He's a miscreant. That's exactly what he is. Lock his ass up. Lock his ass up. Lock him up. I mean, what do you want from me? Lock his ass up. Sir, we don't can y'all lock him up for longer than that? 45 days might not be enough. We may need him locked up for longer. I'm just saying, I don't care, sir. He does look like he got fleas, Chimera. Child. Anyway, sir, go on over there. Go on, make you a good friend while you in there. Try to stay out of trouble. Well, I don't believe that, but right, give him as much time as Blueface. I'm here for that, Tracy. Child. Anyway, I have nothing for you, okay, sir? Go with God. I have nothing else for you, sir. Go with God. That's all we got today, y'all. That is all we have today. Listen, y'all. It's getting real in these streets. You hear me? It's getting real in these streets. This shit is going to hell in a handbasket. This shit is going to hell in a handbasket. We'll be here to report on all of it, y'all. We're going to make sure that y'all are very informed. What I don't want to happen is for you all not to be informed of the fuck shit and fuckery that's going on in this country. They have turned the reins of this country over to the basket of deplorables. They absolutely have. The reins of the United States government has been turned over to the basket of deplorables. Yep. Yep. We'll be here for it. Certainly. Hey, Lizgo, what's going on, boo? Y'all should look forward to me continuing to do all that I do here. Also, we are so excited about Red, Blue, and Black. We have new segments and stuff coming for Red, Blue, and Black. So, we're appreciative for those people who came out and hung out with us last night, and we're gonna be here for y'all every Tuesday to keep y'all at on the pulse of what's going on in this country. KH said Hippo character repeatedly points to the streamer while chanting "Get good." Okay. Cash Patel might be head. Oh dear God. Oh dear God. Just it keeps getting worse. Anyway, I'm about to send y'all over to Really Be. She getting ready to start her class, and I want y'all to say I sent y'all over there late. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. You can, if you want to donate to the channel, my Cash App is scrolling at the bottom. I thank y'all so much for continuing to be over here and rock with me. That is all I got for y'all today. Until tomorrow, don't forget, yes, I will be here for Silly Saturday this coming Saturday. So look forward to that. That is all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. Love y'all.